Alright, you guys. Make sure you like and dislike. Make sure you leave them comments. And don't be a hater. If you follow my videos, hit the subscribe button. Or let's talk about some real shit in this video. Because you know it's real. Now, this fight right here between Danny Jacobs and Canelo Alvarez is going to be a very good fight. But if any of these top 4 things happen to Danny Jacobs, it's going to be his worst fucking nightmare. Now, I make nightmare videos for both fighters. So this video right here do not mean that I am picking either guy. It's just Danny Jacobs' turn. You want to see my prediction video? Go check it out. It's there. Now, let's get into a few honorable mentions. Honorable mention number 1. The judges. We all know politics and bullshit favor Canelo Alvarez. Even though I think Eddie Hearns got Danny Jacobs back in this one, do not get it confused. It is to a certain extent. And don't get it twisted. It's not a nightmare if it's a close fight between Danny Jacobs and Canelo and they give it to Canelo. But what if Danny Jacobs clearly wants to fight? I mean clear as day. And they give it to Canelo. You guys, this can most definitely happen. You hear that nightmare for you, Danny? Because I hear it. I can see it. I can perceive it, all of that. That being said, keep the train rolling. Let's get into honorable mention number 2 before I get into my top 4. You guys, I don't know if you realize or not, but Danny Jacobs is a little wild. And counterpunchers love wildness. It's easy to see. They're more open. Danny Jacobs got that wilder, that Dillian White to him. He's not real crispy. Not at all. My God, Danny Jacobs. Now, Canelo being a good counterpuncher leads me to number 4. Number motherfucking 4. Hear me out, y'all. And I'm going to let y'all know why this is number 4 on my list. Boxing ability of Canelo and the counterpunching ability of Canelo. You guys, if you really think about it, Danny Jacobs is not the greatest boxer. In fact, he depends on speed and punching power to win a lot of his fights. But hear me out though, y'all. Canelo being a good boxer and a good counterpuncher, Danny Jacobs likes to show off his hand speed and his power, and he opens up a lot. That can play into Canelo's hands. And counterpunching the fuck out of Danny Jacobs, outboxing Danny Jacobs, is a nightmare. But not only that, the counterpunching of Canelo Alvarez could be a nightmare. Here's why. Because those are the punches that hurt the most. Those are the punches that sincerely get guys up out of there. It's the counter punchers. Ask Manny Pacquiao when he faced Marquez. What made that punch that much more effective was the fact that it was a counter punch. That being said, we all know that could be a nightmare. But let's just get into number 3. Number motherfucking 3. Y'all ain't thought about this one. The atmosphere. Danny Jacobs has not ever been on a big stage as he's gonna be in this fight. So would that get to not Canelo, you guys don't want to edit shit. Would that get to Danny Jacobs' head? Would that get in his head? He's never been on this type of stage before, y'all. Even in the Pyro fight, it's gonna be a lot of screaming Canelo fans. When he walks down that aisle, he's gonna definitely see a lot of Canelo fans. Maybe get trash thrown at him and everything. I mean, he been on a big stage with Triple G, but that stage is not gonna be nowhere near as big as those drunk ass Cinco de Mayo fans. Oh, you don't feel me? You better feel me. Because if that get into Danny Jacobs' head and he goes in his fight trying to do too much, that could throw him off his game plan. And there you go. That's all it takes in boxing. The mental aspect of boxing goes so far. With that being said, let's get into number 2. Number motherfucking 2. And I have to say this because it has to be said. Have you ever seen somebody come in the fight with their game plan to go to Danny Jacobs' body? Countering to the body? Danny Jacobs has good foot speed, that's right, but Canelo's foot speed ain't bad. And not only that, Canelo going downstairs on Danny Jacobs could slow that man down. If not, I could see Danny Jacobs getting stopped to the body. And the reason why this is so high on my list is because it's nothing more embarrassing than a person stopping you to the body. At least a face shot, fuck it, you got me, right? But Canelo, he is KOing guys to the body. So you guys didn't think about that, man. That can slow Danny Jacobs down. Not only that, it's the most embarrassing way to lose a fight. And I can really see Danny Jacobs getting put on his ass, if not stopped with a good shot to the body. This is something new to Danny. Danny has never seen nobody that can vicious, explosively go to the body like Canelo Alvarez. And if you have seen that, you guys, let me know, because I sure haven't. That being said, let's get into number 1. Number motherfucking 1. And this is one of the biggest mistakes Danny Jacobs can make in this fight, y'all. I'm gonna make y'all feel me on this one. Danny Jacobs, he knows that he has to know that he cannot beat Canelo on the scorecards. Why? Canelo has a history of getting gifts and getting his way on the scorecards, right? That's what a lot of people think. So I'm quite sure Danny Jacobs know that. Danny Jacobs felt like Triple G beat Canelo, right? So number 1 on my list is, if Danny Jacobs do too much to stop Canelo. He even said it himself. I'm going in this fight to stop Canelo, and I am going to stop Canelo. So him going in this fight to stop Canelo, that's just more counters for Canelo. More haymakers, more counters for Canelo. Canelo got good reflexes to add to that. Not only do Canelo got good reflexes, he's a good counter puncher. So Danny Jacobs, man, you going in this fight to try to knock out Canelo. Just let the knockout come. But you come in this fight trying to do too much, you might find yourself on your back. Just like in this very clip. Listen, you guys. If any of these top 4 things happen to Danny Jacobs, especially number 1, because Danny Jacobs, no, he ain't trying to get robbed. So Danny Jacobs could probably try to do too much to try to get it out the hands of the judges. Listen, y'all, when I make my boxing videos, I black out. You already know the rest. I'm